Hello friends, welcome back to Nelly Nummies. We're on day 11 of our 12 days of Treatsmas. And today's treat is one that my mom makes all the time for Christmas, and it's one of my sister's favorites as well. Peanut butter balls. Can't go wrong with a good classic of peanut butter and chocolate. So to start out with, we're gonna need a cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of powdered sugar. This is a weird ingredient, but I promise you it's worth it. Half a cup of dates. We're gonna finely chop these up into small little itty bitty pieces. The dates you can leave out, but I recommend trying it at least once with a minute. They kind of add a nice little natural sweetness to it and a little bit of texture as well. Not pictured here is nuts. You can do half a cup of nuts. I recommend like pecans or walnuts, but use what you prefer. Make sure you finely chop it up as well. We'll also need 1 tablespoon of butter, and we'll need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's for the peanut butter balls. For the chocolate coating that goes on top, we're gonna need half a cup of chocolate chips. I usually go semi-sweet, but you can use milk chocolate or dark chocolate if you prefer. You're gonna need another teaspoon of butter. And then here's the thing that's a little different. You're gonna need chocolate melting wafers. These are a little different than chocolate chips. They melt and harden a little differently. It's going to give that nice outer shell to the chocolate ball. Melting wafers you can usually find in your grocery store or Walmart, located by your chocolate chips and in the baked goods aisle. If you can't find it by the chocolate chips, you can check by the cake decorating area and see if you can find it there. So let's get started, shall we? Start out by adding your 1 cup of peanut butter to a medium-sized pot over a medium-low heat on your stove, stirring it every so often to try and encourage it to melt. Adding your 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and you're going to stir this together well until it's well combined and slowly kind of melting and forming together. It's going to form into kind of a paste-like texture or a dough almost. We're trying to cook out the extra liquid is what we're doing. And then you're going to add in vanilla. Give it a good little stir to combine. And adding your chopped dates, and if you're using them, adding your chopped nuts as well. Stir until it's well combined and starts to form a ball. And then you're going to set this off the stove to cool to room temp. Let's make our chocolate coating while that cools, adding your half a cup of chocolate chips to a microwave safe bowl and your 1/4 cup of chocolate melting wafers. These are kind of just these flat little discs. They look a little different than your usual chocolate chip. And then we're going to add in a tablespoon of butter, and we're going to microwave this for about 30-second intervals until it's fully melted. Make sure you stir in between to try and help encourage it to melt together. Some's not turning out with mine. This is what happens when chocolate seizes or hardens. We're gonna try something different. Backup plan. Add 3/4 cup of chocolate chips and 2 teaspoons of shortening or coconut oil to a small microwave safe bowl and microwave this for 30 seconds until it's melted. While we wait for the chocolate to melt, let's prepare our cookie sheet and line it with parchment paper. And stir your melted chocolate until it's well combined. This method ended up working better for me, but if the chocolate wafers work for you, great! Now grab a small cookie scoop or a tablespoon and scoop your peanut butter balls. I like to make them kind of small, so I form into about 1 tablespoon size, roll them in my hands to make them nice and round, and plop them into the chocolate, using a fork to scoop it out and tap it on the side of the bowl to help remove the extra chocolate. And you're going to repeat this process with the rest of your peanut butter balls. And then we're going to chill these in the fridge for an hour or the freezer for 30 minutes. Ta-da! They turned out not so bad despite our little hiccup. The chocolate ended up seizing up on me, as I probably showed you guys earlier. Not sure what went wrong. Something with those melting wafers just wasn't working for me tonight. I'm guessing it might have been something with the melting wafers mixing with the butter, and some chemical reaction just didn't work out. Hopefully you don't have the same problem, but if you do, we now have an alternative option. Chocolate chips and a little bit of shortening or coconut oil works just fine. The only thing with this is you just have to make sure you keep them refrigerated, as the chocolate will melt a little bit easier compared to the original recipe that we were going to use. But I hope it turns out good for you. These still turned out really good. If you love Reese's peanut butter cups, you're going to like these. We do have the dates in there that adds a nice little chewy texture and a natural sweetness. And if you added nuts in there, you have a good little crunch. But you really can't go wrong with the peanut butter chocolate combo. But I hope you guys have fun making these, and I hope it goes well for you. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, please be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and I look forward to cooking with you again next time. Bye guys!